Okay, for today's one-sided blood battle, we have Adam from Record of Ragnarok up against Ragnarok Mori Jin from the God of Highschool. Since I've already did a separate video scaling Mori Jin, I'm just gonna go ahead and scale Adam here based on how strong he got in his fight with Zeus before he died. Adam was stated to be the ultimate survivalist with a knack for unarmed combat, but in his fight, he had a slight help from a Valkyrie who turned into knuckle dusters so he could harm the gods. Although I don't believe he actually needed it, since his backstory literally shows him one-shotting a supernatural entity, so he could most likely damage them without it, which was proven when he copied Zeus's divine axe, which is a kick that actually dealt serious damage to Zeus. Plus, if we scale the divine axe kick based on the time frame and statements given, then we could get Adam up to 562,420,000 meters per second, which is faster than the speed of light easily, since he could casually blitz it. In Record of Ragnarok, Zeus fought his father Kronos, who is the guardian of time and space, and Zeus perfectly won every round without getting hit. Well, except for the final round, where his father utilizes his trump card, which allows him to hit faster than the speed of time. With that technique, he was not only able to hit Zeus, but he shattered his jaw before Zeus proceeded to finish him off. A common trope with Zeus's time frame attacks is that they all end in the decimal of 0. So if we use that as a reference to lowball his fist that surpasses time, then we can actually get this. It's big numbers, I'm not gonna say it, but it's over 6 trillion massively times faster than the speed of light. Although I personally believe it's immeasurable speed, since it's straight up stated by the narrator to have surpassed time, and we know that Adam took Zeus's technique and used them to wipe his ass with Zeus's face. So Adam would by default be faster than Zeus's immeasurable speed punch, since he outpaced everything Zeus had because of his undying will and conviction of love for his children. As for his attack potency or AP, well, Shiva implied that Zeus could have destroyed all of the heaven if he got too excited in his final form. We clearly don't know how big all of heaven is in Record of Ragnarok, but if we use our Earth as a reference, we can get Zeus up to planetary plus as a lowball. Adam, the follower of mankind, had clearly surpassed even that though, since he was made in the image of God, able to replicate any technique or moves that he even sees a divine being put to use. In the manga, this technique is called the Eyes of the Lord, but I'm an anime only, so I'll be calling it Divine Reflection. Adam may not be able to copy weapons, but he did ask Zeus to use his weapon, showing that he was confident he could still beat him even if he was using a weapon of some sort. Adam's copy technique is blatantly better than the original, since Zeus should have been able to counter his own technique being thrown back at him, yet Adam still one-shotted him, proving that they're at least 7.5 times stronger than the original technique. With Divine Reflection, he was able to counter final form Adam as Zeus, who could spam the fist that surpasses time by throwing them right back at him, along with his undodgeable one-hit KO technique called God's True Right, God's True Left, not to mention that he has free will to hit Adamas Zeus without copying any fancy techniques, and he did this for 6 minutes without falling to the ground, not even when he died. Heck, Adam only lost that fight because of some of Zeus's blood hit his eyes, which instantly overheated his divine reflection ability before they were originally going to. Plus, his durability is strong enough to make an undodgeable one-hit KO look like a joke, since he survived them until Zeus was out of energy and fell to an ordinary, non-divine reflection mortal punch. Well, maybe he didn't survive all of them, since he did die during their onslaught on each other, but regardless, he can keep fighting while being dead, since he only stopped fighting when Zeus fell. Also, did I mention that Zeus's blood is supposed to instantly kill people who aren't worthy, because that would also add to his durability. even though it overheated his ability. Now, for the highball Zeus being able to destroy all of the heavens, well, most likely could be him destroying what's above the earth, and not just the earth itself, especially since we say the clouds, sun, moon, and stars are in the heavens, which could be multi-galaxy level, which would explain why in his battle with his father, they were somewhere off in the galaxy fighting. But Loki, if we take this manga panel seriously, then Prime Zeus, when he was younger, would straight up be universal if he survived the Big Bang. Thus, Zeus would be universal plus. For Ragnarok Mori Jin feats, he was able to casually tear through the heavenly realm planet, which has a building that's 7,000 stories high underwater, holding the heavenly realms, with each floor containing powerful titans, but the last 7 floors contain the realm rulers, who are the strongest individuals in that universe. This is arguably a 5-dimensional feat, since the gate to the next floor is built inside the floor owners' bodies. 5D is length, width, depth, plus parallel timeline worlds, alternate timelines. If a universe shares a timeline, it's not a parallel dimension, but another universe you could travel to that's simply distant away. Think Dragon Ball Super. The 12 universes all share the same timeline and are distant from each other, so they're not parallel. In order to be parallel, they need to physically exist at the same place, only on different frequencies, which if you can tap into, then you'd be able to relocate to them. Most 5D-dimensional characters are one of a kind, so there is no other versions of them across parallel worlds. The Divine Realm in the God of Highschool fits those criteria, since Beelzebub asked the Jade Emperor why he'd leave the Divine Realm where time flows slowly compared to the mortal world. This proves that they don't share the same timeline, so it's 5D, which his staff traveled through multiple gates in a single second, making it 5D. If you disagree here, there are multiple statements that prove that Mori is indeed higher dimensional, since none of these characters have a reason to lie. Monkey King Mori Jin does in fact possess 5D weapons, since even his grown Gyeongdong cloud crossed over from Earth to the Sage Realm, making it 5D. Since the Sage Realm, time flows differently, although since he himself couldn't teleport back to Earth, he is not 5D, at least not for now. He's not. Wink wink, nudge nudge nudge. Monkey King Mori Jin is 4D. I'll explain why later, but it should already be obvious if you read those statements. He then proceeded to interact with a 4th-dimensional shape, which encased the portal to the next floor. With Monkey King mode powers, he has a fiery red eyes and a golden pupils, which can translate any language. His clone's Eyes of Truth could pinpoint a teleportation's travel direction, stop Manjin Sang from teleporting away, and Mori can breathe in space. He can use an acupuncture technique I like to call Bongchim Na style artery block, which disables his opponent's body parts when hit. He has another acupuncture technique called No Pain, which removes limiters placed on his body because of pain, which allows him to perform stronger attacks up to 5 levels higher, or 41.67% times stronger than his usual max output. If you were gonna get technical, so his max painless speed should be much higher than base, but only at the risk of destroying his body, since the nature of that technique is a lot similar to Jeboom Jim limiter removal, which doubles his fighting power, stats, and durability for a limited time period. Mori Jin also gained a Sealing Gourd bottle, which can capture any monster or human, but is physically stated to be unable to touch heaven or heavenly beams. He is able to copy other people's martial arts. He doesn't wait until someone transforms to attack them. He perfectly defeated the 6th floor owner with a single attack from Yoi, his staff. He once wrote his name out of the Book of Death. Each hair on his head can transform into clouds, which sources their energy and strength from his main body, making them rival him in strength, although the more of them he makes,
the more his power will be reduced, since he is dividing his own power among them like a Wi-Fi signal. So the closer they are to him, the closer they will be to him in power until they are almost equals. Since Mori's past self was able to endure being placed in a furnace for 49 days, which he stated was similar in temperature to the sun's surface. Yet Mori's past was just chilling there for 49 days straight, only commenting on the fact that the fox bite was the only thing that still hurt him through the whole ordeal, proving that the furnace was much of an issue to him. And neither did the sun's surface hurt Mori in the battle against 666 Satan. Quick side note, after his past broke through this furnace, the heat did seem to hurt his eyes, changing its color from blue to red, so that's something. If he can match or flex force, such as King Uma's attacks, then his body should be capable of enduring or producing equal forces. So let's rank past Mori and say Jaxian Dacian Siang was star level at his peak. I could have gone higher with the scaling here, but Occam's razor states that something should be multiplied without necessity, since the simplest solution is usually the right one. Plus, Hitchin's razor states that claiming something without substantial evidence will allow it to be disproven without substantial evidence, and I don't want this video to become irrelevant due to an error brought about because of my personal thoughts on how strong they are, especially since the old man Jade Emperor was scaled to be around star level. His prime was greater though. If his prime and Mori were both star level, then there's no reason Dacian Siang should have lost. Or else... yeah, there'd be a contradiction. But if someone thinks they have better scaling, I'm open to hear your math and results. As for Mori's speed, well, I got lazy and just used the community scaling after this point. During his battle against 666 Satan, while he was pushing himself to get faster, without speed mode, his speed broke the light barrier, so he's FTL+. What does that mean in English, you may ask? Well, he's faster than the speed of light, 13 million times faster than the speed of light, as a low ball, and 35 sextillion, 344 quintillion, 512 quadrillion times faster than the speed of light, as the high ball to be exact. And this isn't just fan wanking, since Jupiter's planet toss done by Satan was about 873 times faster than the speed of light, with 180 kilotons worth of TNT force, i.e. large star level. So basically, I was lowballing Satan's power earlier. Because if you remember, it's a casual feat, plus in GOH's canon, Jupiter is either a solid planet or a gas giant that doesn't obey real life physics, so it's probably multiple times higher, so smash that like button, because GOH fans are definitely eating good tonight. Back to Mori though, he's multi-solar system level with his base armor suit, that he can evolve to either its speed mode or its power mode, which amps him up multiple times over his limit, to the point that he has to catch his breath. 666 Satan is around solar system level before any transformations, but then he later uses Jabung Jim times 52 in his second phase, and he's able to break Yoi, speed blitz Mori's lightning bolt, and split Guangdong Cloud in half, so he's no joke. After being amped by the sun, he tried infinite cloning, which according to Mori was turning the universe white. He made clones who would then in return make clones of themselves, and so on. But he only managed to reach 200 quadrillion, 9,600 trillion, 7,450 billion estimated clones before Mori Jin was prompted to use his full power, full force, proving that he wasn't slacking off while he was at the skyscraper. Jabung Jim times 250,000. With Mori Jin's Jin kick, one-shotted all those clones, treating them like butter, even though they'd at least be large star level. And for the record, there's only 200 billion trillion stars in our observable universe, so Mori killed more star level Satans than there are stars in our universe. There's more! 666 Satan survived the attack and attempted to copy Jabung Jim times 250,000, which, for the record, Jabung Jim's more speed peaks at 3 trillion, massively times the speed of light, as the low ball, or 8 octillion, 836 septillion, 127 sextillion, 892 quintillion, 183 quadrillion, 314 trillion 100 billion times the speed of light as a highball. Obviously, Mori is not having that and freezes 666 Satan's body with Jabungjim style blood vessel Bangjamna before he combines 10 of his most powerful martial art techniques, completely destroying 666's body, leaving his head, neck, and chest. 666 then finally reaching his final phase, phase 3, champion among the gods, a genius according to Heavenly Realm standards, estimated to be low multi-galaxy level. However, once again, Mori one-shots him using Mori Hoi, the Jin Hocho, kick off the Blue Dragon, and kick off Imogi in around 100 picoseconds. That's around 0.0000001 seconds, which kicked out the sun's light. Nah, I'm just playing. He actually turned off the universe for a moment. According to the narrator, since saying that he only turned off the sun would be blatantly untrue, since we can visibly see the whole universe goes dark, not just the sun. Plus, the narrator says universe, alluding to the fact that this attack was a universe-scale blackout, i.e. high multi-galaxy level in destructive capacity. This represents an absurd level of power that can be felt across the universe without the author having to destroy anything, especially since the Earth was literally nearby, and definitely less durable than any star. There's something we can experience here on Earth called the new moon, during which we cannot see the moon and thus the sky is completely dark, but we're still capable of seeing stars. In fact, we're able to see thousands of stars instead of a few hundreds. It's a well-known fact that most of the stars we see aren't in our solar system, so this means the universe turning off kick in fact scaled the universe instead of supposedly blanking the sun. It's common sense that if the sun goes out, the stars will be visible. Rebound then hits, which Mori calculated to be enough to kill him, but instead, he just screams really hard. Note, the low ball is calculated by using Mori's travel speed to another solar system to save Ilipio Park from being murked by the Jade Emperor / King. Interstellar distance in around 10 seconds would give us around those numbers if we used our own universe as an example and traveled from our galaxy near our sun to closest galaxy star Proxima Centauri. We'd get a distance of 4.2 light years. The highball is from calculating the speed from the shockwaves from his kick that turned off the lights, then dividing it by 256,000, so they're both right. One's from travel speed and the other's from battle speed. It is then revealed that Mori Jin is the supreme deity of their universe, and there is a loop of binding that 666 Satan can never break or / remove, which leads him to sense that he'd never be able to beat Mori Jin since he's like a being from a higher dimension. Then Mori one-shots him for the final time, but this time with a dead-on kick. Removing the loop of binding from Mori's head was heavily implied to have given him a amp similar to when he used Jabungjim times 250,000, since otherwise he should have lost that exchange / clash, final clash with 666 Satan. If I'm to calculate this feat, then Isaac Newton's third law would be my approach, since it states that for every action there's equal opposite reaction, which means that for every interaction between two objects, the size of the forces on the first object is equal to the force on the second object. This gives his armor suit low universal level of durability and his yaoi stuff low solar system level up, since it was destroyed by a mid solar system level fighter. Mid, low, and high represents how casually it could pull it off, to how taxing it would be to pull it off. Low means it would struggle to do so if it could even do it in the first place. Mid means it's at the right level to do so at its peak, and high means it's casual. It's a casual feat with little to no difficulty. His clothes lightning is about low, large star level at best, and yes, he's multi-galaxy level even though he's 4-dimensional. Higher dimensional doesn't automatically equal infinite universal, or else he's higher dimensional in the spatial sense. It's Hux based, not spatial based. For example, Hit from Dragon Ball Super is 4D since he can control time to a certain degree, but he isn't infinite 3-dimensional since that'll allow him to destroy infinite universes, which he obviously can't. do, since Zeno himself was stated to be only able to destroy 12 to 24 universes at once. His 4D nature comes from his time hacks, and not from the fact that he can perceive the fourth dimension. So yeah.
That's it for Mori Jin. With all this, Adam is definitely most likely taking everything Ragnarok Mori Jin has by copying it and making it better before sending it right back at him. So to be honest, even without the fist that surpasses time, Adam is probably stamping Mori Jin. All he needs to do is dodge the kick that blacked out the universe and lands it right back at Mori before rebound hits. Then, but although if he uses Jabung Jim times 250,000, he'd be also putting his own life in danger, but I still think he'd survive it and start dancing on Mori's grave. And if we take the other route where he has the fist that surpasses time, then he's simply blitzing Mori and destroying him with a single attack, since he's able to copy his opponent's AP. So if he dodges even one of Mori's attack, which is he most likely will, since Mori hasn't demonstrated any techniques that demonstrates that he'd be faster than the speed of time in his Ragnarok state. So Mori's only chance of winning is catching Adam in his sealing gourd bottle. But this doesn't kill him, so it's very possible that Adam could break out, since 666 saying shattered the gourd bottle when he touched it, which proves that it has a scalable durability. If exceeded, could prevent beams from being absorbed. But I'll just say it'll probably work on Adam 6 times out of 10. That was my crack at pinning these two absolute juggernauts against each other. So show some love if you enjoyed it by clicking that thumbs up below and hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell to change the option to all, so you won't miss out on the next video. And for more content like this, comment what you'd like me to do a video next and I'll take your suggestions, but don't go spamming me with numerous and impossible to fulfill requests, because this is an anime and meme primarily focused channel. So if you're gonna ask me to do a video on something like that, then maybe I'll do it. I'll also do videos on video games, novels, comics, mangas, and even reviews on other YouTubers if you're lucky. Top 10s, theories, and pretty much whatever you guys enjoy. Have a great day or night, whatever time you guys happen to be watching this. And peace out. See you in the next one. Awesome weebs. Also, here's my socials. You can follow me there if you want to chat.